back to Patients Unplugged. So in this series, we're going to speak boldly about gender-based violence, how it affects our families, how it affects our schools, and how it affects our communities, and most importantly, how we can stop it. So in my previous video, I had mentioned that South Africa has dedicated the 21st of November to boldly speak about the gender-based violence and to raise awareness on how it has become a rampant issue in South Africa. Many women around the world are standing in solidarity with South African women, and they have dedicated the 21st of November at noon 15 minutes of total shutdown, dressed in black, and our profile icons are going to be purple. We've seen men in support of this, and we really appreciate. So gender-based violence is not a private issue. It is a community issue. It destroys confidence, it destroys lives, dreams, and our futures. So here today, here in this series, we are going to raise awareness. We are going to educate, we are going to empower women, we are going to empower the men as well and the youth to speak up, seek help, and also stand against all forms of abuse. So together we can break the silence and we can end the gender-based violence. So in today's episode, I wanted to clearly to bring out the definition or make us all understand what gender-based violence is. So gender-based violence, or what is commonly known as GBV, is a harmful act that is done to somebody simply because of their gender. So this can include the physical abuse, it can include the emotional abuse, it can include the sexual violence, emotional control, threats, or even harmful cultural practices. So gender-based violence can happen to anyone. It can happen in our schools, it can happen in our homes, it can happen in our workplaces, it can happen in our relationships, it can happen even online. So it affects women mostly, but we also have men and children who have also ended up being victims. So in this episode, I want to highlight 3 key points about the gender-based violence. Point number 1, gender-based violence is not only physical. Many people think that this abuse is the hitting and the beating, but we also have the emotional abuse of it. We also have the insults, we also have the humiliation, the controlling behavior, and the silent manipulation that is just as damaging. So we have many people who are depressed out here and cannot talk about it. We tend to believe that if there is no scar that has been seen in somebody's body, then this person is okay. No, we have so many kinds of abuses that is wrapped around the gender-based violence that is not physical, not just physical. We have the emotional abuse, people who are attacked emotionally in their spaces, in their life spaces where they work, where they live. We also have people who are insulted by the people who they believe that they were safe in their presence. They end up insulting them. They can be insulted by their bosses, by their spouses, their parents, their siblings. We have the humiliation that can come out because of the appearance of somebody, or where they come from, or who they are. We also have the controlling behavior from their spouses. Somebody wants to control somebody, control their partner because they feel they are more deserving. And we also have the silent manipulation. So all this are just as damaging as the beating and the hitting that is perceived to be the physical part of the abuse. Number 2, gender-based violence, or GBV, grows in silence. Most victims are afraid to speak out. Most victims are afraid to come out whenever they undergo this form of abuse because of the shame. Some people are afraid that they are going to be humiliated because of speaking out. Probably if somebody has undergone rape, rape in their workplace, they don't want to speak out because they feel that they're going to be isolated because of that issue. Some people don't want to speak out because of fear. Probably when they underwent the abuse, they were threatened that maybe they would be killed, or somebody close to them would be dealt with, or maybe they would lose their position in a certain environment or certain institution. So fear is also an issue that makes people not talk about it, or also the fear of being judged. They don't want to be termed as somebody who has been raped out here, a victim of rape. They don't want to be termed as a victim of rape out here. So these are among the issues that bring out silence of the gender-based violence. So this silence of the gender-based violence normally protects the abuser. And when we protect the abuser, we destroy the survivor. So another form of another point on the gender-based violence is it grows in silence. Number 3, and my last point, is ending gender-based violence begins with awareness. Coming out boldly on this issue is one way of ending gender-based violence. When we understand the signs, when we can protect ourselves and help others, we contribute in ending the gender-based violence. When we speak out, when we create a safer community, we also protect our people, protect the people that we love against this form of abuse. So it is important to understand the signs of the gender-based violence. It is important to understand who are these people that try to abuse others, how they start reacting against towards somebody, so that you can know how to avoid them, how to avoid that situation. We also need to understand the helplines that are out here, people who you can call for immediate action or immediate help. We also need to understand how we can protect ourselves from this kind of abuse. And we also need to help others. When you see somebody who is undergoing this issue, we also need to come out boldly and speak out on their behalf, and also help them and protect them as well. So when we speak out, we create a safer community. The abusers feel threatened because they believe that we are aware and we are woke about the gender-based violence, and we will not stand right there and watch it while it happens. So they end up hiding in their shadows, hiding in their cocoons, and just giving up. And that means that if we come out boldly about the gender-based violence, just like South Africa has decided to do it, most of these victims, if not all, will shun away from this act, and will have cases that have reduced to almost none. So if you know somebody who is experiencing gender-based violence, please know this, or let them know that it is not their fault. It is definitely not their fault. They are not alone, or you are not alone, and help is always available. So thank you for watching episode 1. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and join me in spreading this awareness. Together, we can stop gender-based violence.